All right, hey, here we are again. Welcome back to Checking It Out with Paco. Hey, I hope Lord blessed you this weekend, and I hope you had an awesome time with the children this weekend, and with the kids, and with your father most of all. Because, bottom line is, he died so you could be free. It was an amazing weekend here in Helena. We had our first Easter egg hunt, and kids were running everywhere. But more importantly, people were seeking after that golden egg that we were all looking for. And that golden egg is Jesus Christ. And hopefully you found him this weekend. Hopefully you got in touch with him. And hopefully that you just let your fire burn ablazing. And that's what I want to talk to you about this week is where's your fire meter at? What's going on with that? Does it need to be dusted off? Does it need to be cleaned off? And yesterday I was sitting there thinking, man, I got to get that post up. I gotta. Well, you know what? It's not about me. It's about what our Father wants and how He wants to work through us. It's not in our time, but it's in His time. So yesterday, I tell the wife our heater's going out and we don't know what's going on with it. I'm not very savvy on, fixing heaters. I can build a house and I can do things like that. But when it comes to mechanical things, I'm not very good at it. So I call up a buddy of mine and I says, "Hey, Todd, check this out." I said, "This is what's going on with my heater. It wants to go, but it's not working." I says, "This has been happening for a while. It's like I'm not getting enough heat. It's not working. The heat comes on and then it goes off. The flame comes on, but yet it's not burning hot enough. Or sometimes the flame will come and the flame will go out." And Todd says to me, "Well, I know exactly what that is." He says, "You have a flame sensor on your heating elements. When the flame kicks on, what it does is it goes through your coils, and then there's a little sensor right there, and the flames shoot through and they hit that sensor, and that dictates how long the flame stays on or how much it goes off." He goes, "What the problem is it's corroded. It's full of dust and everything like that." He goes, "It's not getting the true heat that it needs to get to sustain and put out the full heat that it needs for your house. Take it apart, pull out your flame sensor, grab some emery cloth, sand it off, get it nice and shiny again, put it back in, and see if that solves the problem. I'm sure it will. You just need to clean off your flame sensor." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I go down, I'm fixing my heater, and God brings this to me. Is, does your flame sensor need to be cleaned off today? Wow. How many of us get fired up for Jesus? How many of us get fired up in our walk with Christ to only be shining bright, to be a mighty flame, to heat those that are cold around us, only to find ourselves going through some troubles of life, getting these struggles upon us and going through life on life's terms? That starts to corrode us a little bit when we're walking in the flesh and we're not walking in the spirit. When we're not letting Jesus lead the way, our flame sensor gets a little corroded. And sometimes we just need to clean our flame sensor off so that we can be at full heat, so we can be at our full potential. See, in 1 Thessalonians 5:19, it says, "Do not put out the Spirit's fire." Well, if our flame sensor is dulled, if it's corroded, then the fire can't flow. And we're shutting down the Spirit's fire. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. It's not what God intended us for. He wants us to flow freely. He wants us to be that heating element. He wants us to be that flame sensor. He wants us to be in touch with that. And when our flame sensor gets dirty and when our flame sensor gets corroded, we need to clean that up. The only way we can clean that up is through Jesus Christ. The only way that we can do that is by coming over here and grabbing the word and getting into that. That is our sandpaper. That is what takes the corrosion off of us. That is what is going to clean us up. Jesus Christ is going to clean us up through prayer and meditation, through Him, through reading His Word, through communication, through talking with Him. That is our sandpaper. That is what's going to clean us up. And that is what's going to turn our heat back up to where it's supposed to be. That is our flame censer. Let God flow through you. Now, once I got that all cleaned up and once I got that put back together, all of a sudden my heat was working just fine. I could turn it up to 70. I could turn it up to 80. I could turn it up to 100. Whatever I wanted to turn it up to, it was right there at my fingertips. And so is the fire inside of you. So is that all-consuming fire that the Lord talks about. He wants to burn in you so that you may go out and burn in the hearts of others, so that you may go out and burn a life into others. See, Christ just wants to shine through us. Christ just wants all men to know of his love. Stay on fire for Jesus. Keep your flamethrower clean. Do it for him. He did it for you. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out with Paco this week. I love you guys. Be blessed. And as Pastor JT always says, stay fire for Jesus. God bless.